again that I was the guy that would everybody Steve. You ready? Okay. You ready?
Ready. Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. So those of you trickling in, if you can go ahead and find a seat, we're going to get started. We appreciate you all coming out tonight, especially on this rainy, wet evening. So thank you so much for giving up a little bit of your time to learn about the Broad Street project tonight. We're excited that you're here. This is obviously a project that is very important to the city and the state, so we appreciate your interest in coming out and hearing about our project. My name is Deanna Lambert. I am the TDOT Community Relations person for Region 3, which represents here in Middle Tennessee. So I will be one of the point of contacts for this project. So you will probably often see me speaking about this project on television and in other areas. So I'm thankful to be here tonight on behalf of the Commissioner and others here at TDOT. We thank you for coming. And I'd like to introduce Dana Richardson. He's a familiar face here to a lot of you. He is the Transportation Director here with the City of Murfreesboro.
Welcome. Thank you for coming this evening.
And we'd also like to just welcome Mayor Bragg and all of the other council members that are here. I know I saw a few trickle in, so we appreciate you all giving up some time to be here this evening as well. And tonight's agenda, we're going to present first a video of kind of the overall project. This will be kind of an introduction to the project. It will explain. It's a 3-minute video, so it will kind of introduce you to the project. We're also going to go over a construction timeline. Our contractor has put together their project in 3 different phases, so we'll go over that timeline. We'll also talk to you about some detours, about how if you want to avoid the intersection altogether, how you can use some local streets to kind of go around the intersection. And then Dana's also going to talk about a city project here, the Lytle Street project, and how that's going to help the flow with the development of the intersection. And then we'll also have some opportunities for question and answer here at the end. So we'll go ahead and watch that video right now. For anyone who drives through the intersection of Broad and Memorial in Murfreesboro.
Right now there's nearly 60,000 vehicles a day that go through this particular intersection.
You know it's busy.
It's been a long time coming for our citizens.
In June of 2013, at a press conference, the Tennessee Department of Transportation, along with state and city leaders, announced an impressive project to improve the city's busiest intersection.
We wanted to make sure it was a project that both the business communities and the leaders, the elected leaders, was something they could be proud of.
The project will include building a single-point urban interchange, which basically means a bridge will be built over Broad Street, separating the 2 roads, which combined see nearly 60,000 vehicles each day. Fast forward 20 years, and that number is expected to jump to more than 72,000 vehicles. All that traffic and congestion are the main reasons TDOT chose this design for the intersection. The new interchange will allow traffic to continue moving in both directions.
Let me just say this is a good example of where the local city and the state can work together.
And Murfreesboro Mayor Tommy Bragg thanks TDOT for that partnership.
I'm very appreciative of TDOT's efforts to work with us on a design that will enhance the community and not just be a very large concrete structure in the middle of our town.
Similar to this bridge in Nashville, the new bridge over Broad Street will have a special ashlar pattern on the retaining walls and under the bridge ends to help coordinate with the sensitive historic quality of the city. The project also includes plans for enhanced lighting and landscaping, as you see in this drawing. Construction is estimated to begin in early 2014, and during construction, a total of 4 lanes on both Broad and Old Fort Parkway will be kept open.
And I really appreciate TDOT working with us to kind of ensure that, and certainly to go forward to work with the contractor once selected to make that happen, that we keep the motoring public moving forward.
TDOT Project Supervisor Jamie Fitzpatrick explains that business entrances will never be blocked during construction.
There'll be heavy construction equipment around their business. we hope to come in, start right away, and complete the job as quick as possible.
Construction is estimated to take about 3 years, and TDOT is committed to working with businesses around the intersection to minimize impact.
And that we will try to do as much work at nighttime as possible to make sure that it's as convenient as possible. Certainly there will be disruptions. Anytime that happens, there will be lots of orange barrels. But that's what progress. And to us, orange barrels mean progress.
During this entire project, TDOT wants to connect with you and keep you informed of our progress. To do that, log on to our website and click on Transportation Projects. Then look for Region 3 and click on the State Route 1 Interchange link. There you will be able to find our link to have your name added to our email list to receive periodic updates about this project. Reporting for TDOT, I'm Deanna Lambert. And that's kind of an overview of the project, and so we wanted to jump right into it and kind of explain a few more of the things that you saw in the video.
Sure. I think there's some important things to note in this. This is a project that the city and the state have been working on for a number of years. In fact, I remember in the mid-90s starting looking at some of the front-end studies and so forth and moving the project forward. And one of the things that we were looking at was the existing volumes that we're accommodating, as well as what our projected or planned volumes would be for the future. And when we did that originally, we did get confirmation through the Department of Transportation that yes, this was the #1 heaviest volume surface intersection in the state of Tennessee. We always suspected it, but they proved that for us. And certainly anybody that's been driving through this intersection and has been around since that time realizes that in fact the volumes have not decreased but have continued to increase over the years. We are also looking ahead beyond today to where we have in the neighborhood of 114,000 population, and we're looking out to the years 2034, as you noted on the video, that we're looking at 60,000 vehicles a day now and projecting out in that year nearly 73,000 vehicles, which is approximately a 21% increase. Well, in that same time frame, we're looking at going from the population we have today to in the neighborhood of 190,000 residents in Murfreesboro. So given that, we know that we had to undertake a project that would not only meet the demands of the day, but serve us for the long term and many years to come.
So obviously the need is there. The Broad Street project was recently awarded to Bell and Associates Construction. They are a Brentwood-based company, and there are representatives here tonight with them. They were the lowest bidder for this contract at $17.6 million. And this is the date you're probably going to remember. May 31st, 2016 is the estimated completion date. And I do highlight estimated because we all know there might be unforeseen things that happen, but that is the goal of when they're hopefully going to complete this project.
The project that we're undertaking is what's called a single point urban interchange. I think when we talk about interchanges, most people automatically gravitate toward the idea of what they see on I-24 with the large loop ramps and so forth. In an urban setting where there's limited right-of-way and commercial interest are operating, this is the type of design that's typically chosen because it does have a much smaller footprint and requires a whole lot less right-of-way. The bridge, of course, will span Broad Street and would connect Memorial and Old Fort, as you see it today, as a through street. And that's really going to help the entirety of the intersection by taking that north-south volume completely out of the operation of the signalized intersection as you do see it today.
All right, and next we'll go over the construction timeline. And the contractor has broken this down into 3 phases. And I do want to stress that this is kind of a general timeline because things may change. They may have to shift some of their phase work and do something that they planned in phase 1 and phase 2. So this is just their general idea of what they plan to do at the start of the project. So from now until March 2015, they're going to be working to relocate utilities, which they are already out there working on now in the preliminary steps of doing that. They're also going to be shifting lanes on Memorial Boulevard, Old Fort Parkway, and they will be installing temporary paving on both those roads as well. Then they'll work on constructing the ramps, and they'll also construct walls and begin working on Lytle and College Streets. And then hopefully sometime in December, that's their goal to then shift traffic over from the west side to build the east side of Broad Street. Now we'll show you this diagram and we'll make it a little bit clearer. If you look up there, you see the main bridge portion over Broad. If you look over on the two right-hand sides of that, you'll see ramps there beside Broad Street. Basically what the contractor is going to have to do, build those ramps first, put traffic on those ramps, get traffic going there, and then they'll start working on the bridge there over Broad. So basically traffic will be driving on those outside ramps. That's where they'll be working to build, and then they'll work on the actual bridge portion in their final phase. So phase 2, starting next April, or April 2015 through December, they'll be reconfiguring that traffic pattern there on Memorial to accommodate that. They'll start building ramps on Memorial, and then they'll also start building walls and finish the construction on College Street and the west side of Broad Street in Broadmoor. And then phase 3 is really when they start that bridge work. They're going to be grading, and they'll build the actual bridge structure in those last final months there from September of 2015 till May of 2016. And we've also worked with the city to make sure that this is a structure that the city wants. And so there's going to be lots of decorative concrete like you saw in the video. There's also going to be landscaping and decorative lighting. And there's also going to be some stone veneer finishing on the bridge as well. And then again, May 2016 is that estimated completion date.
Certainly one of the things that we have to be concerned about is accommodating the traffic that uses this intersection on a day-to-day basis. I think we're very much aware that this intersection not only serves our local population and connects our quadrants of the city, but also importantly, this is a major regional facility which connects the fastest growing counties in the state of Tennessee. So in looking at that, we have provided some detour routing, some plans for the local population. The local population, I think, that's really familiar with this location will ultimately find their own routes. That tends to be how that works. But the regional traffic, people that may not be aware of this project, may be going from Lebanon to Franklin or here to Nashville or whatever, we provided some direction, and we're going to try to put this out to our neighboring counties and communities that this project is going on, and that we have provided them some recommended detour routing within this project. There is another important portion of this project that is not physically a portion of this project. This is a locally driven project, but it is tied to this project and is extremely important. As part of the Broad Memorial Overpass project, from a design standpoint, it was necessary to close where College Street currently intersects with Memorial Boulevard. We've certainly been concerned about that because it really does take off one of our connections that provides access into and out of downtown, and we were certainly concerned about displacing that volume, not only for the businesses in the location, but also having to put that load of traffic on Broad and Main. So what we have done in working with the Department of Transportation is come up with an alternative, and that is the relocation of Lytle Street that you would see on your screen. We have constantly received requests to provide a more substantial entrance into the downtown central business district or area of Murfreesboro, and so we were able to really accomplish two things. Number one would be to provide the alternative access and entrance into downtown from Lytle Street, because as we all know that operates as a right in and right out now. This would be fully opened back up, and this would be signalized. You may remember that I think it was back in the 80s, maybe the early 90s, that we actually closed that intersection and made it a right in and right out because of some of the accident situations that we were experiencing. With the signalization, we're able to open that back up, but we do need to shift that away from the Broad and Memorial intersection to provide the adequate stacking. And this gives us the ability to make that shift and provide more stacking to turn left into downtown, but also provides us the opportunity, I think, to really have a grand entrance and identity point into our central business district. So this is being funded and it's being pursued by the city. but it certainly had to be very much coordinated with the Department of Transportation's project, and the fact that we have to relocate a lot of utilities and provide some of the infrastructure that coordinates with that. So we are proud of moving forward with this, and hope that most of the feedback I've gotten on this is very positive, but hope that the public really appreciates the change in the character that this will provide our downtown.
And we tried to anticipate a few of the questions that you guys might have tonight. So I'm sure one question might be, well, when are crews going to be out there working? Right now, Bell has indicated that they plan to work 6 days a week and 10-hour shifts. This will hopefully allow them to get all of the work done by that estimated completion date. Why not work at night? Some of the work could possibly be done at night, but again, we all know that it's dark at night and things just aren't as productive sometimes at night. There's also lots of safety issues on construction projects when you have a lot of people out there at night as well. So those are a couple of reasons. Will lanes be closed? The complete intersection will be open, and there will be 4 lanes on Broad Street and 4 lanes on Old Fort Parkway open. So 2 lanes in each direction will be open throughout their duration of the project. A lot of you are business owners in here, so you're probably concerned about the entrance to your business. Are people going to be able to get into your business? Yes. At all times, your business entrance will be accessible. There might be portions of the project that might, your entrance might have to be relocated a little bit, but that certainly will be discussed with you in advance, and you can also direct questions like that to the contractor throughout the project. But at all times, your business will be accessible. If there's ever a time where it isn't, we're going to give you some contacts here coming up to where you can reach out to us and let us know. Now, we know you want to receive information about the project. We want to keep you up to date as a community about what's going on, when there might be major work or a possible, lane closure on a weekend or something like that. We want to keep you in touch with this information. So if you want to write down this website that's up here on the screen, or if you pick up one of the handouts that's laying outside on the table, this website will be helpful because it is a website that's totally dedicated to the Broad Street project. All of the materials that you see here today are out there, the detour maps, the video, the renderings, anything that you would like to filter on to your business or organization. I know there's some folks here with the Downtown Partnership, so if you would like to link this information on your website, we're happy to assist and help you do that. So we'll also be sending periodic email updates, so fill out your name and email on this website and we'll send you information. At this time, we want to introduce some of the key TDOT staff that will be associated with this project. We'll start with Mr. David Lehue. He is the TDOT Regional Director for Region 3, so he's the director here for Middle Tennessee area. Lori Lang is the Director of Project Development here for Region 3, and Ed McLean is the TDOT District Operations Manager. And Robert Harvell is the TDOT Project Supervisor, so he'll be one of the gentlemen on the ground here in Murfreesboro, so if you happen to ride by, you might see him out there one day. And then we also have Mr. Chip Green. He's with Bell and Associates, and he is the project manager, so he will be overseeing all of the construction and everything that's going out there by the contractor. So at this time, we certainly welcome any general, broad questions specific about the overall development of the project. If you have any specific questions about your business, how your business might be affected, or any particular questions that might seem more suitable one-on-one, you're welcome to talk to one of these people, and we have plenty of other TDOT staff also here on hand that you're welcome to talk to outside on kind of a one-on-one basis. We will be here till 7:30. You're welcome to talk to us and look around at the renderings outside. But yeah, we welcome anyone to talk one-on-one about your business or your location. I know a lot of you are concerned, so certainly come and find any of us after the meeting, and we'll hopefully get you an answer or point you in a direction for information. So we appreciate you all coming out tonight and learning about the project, and certainly please keep in touch with us throughout the project and let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. We're open to it all. Thank you.